Good morning, friends. Welcome back to this homeschooling naturopath. As always, if you are new here, my name is Hannah and I am a homeschooling mom of 3 little girls who are 10, 8, and 6, and I'm also a fully qualified naturopath living and working in New Zealand. On this channel, I share content related to homeschooling, homemaking, motherhood, as well as some naturopathic info throughout some of my content here. In today's video, the girls and I are going to be taking you guys along for an in-depth look at our morning basket time. So if that sounds like something you're interested in seeing, keep watching. Alright, you guys, it is just after 9 o'clock and we are going to get started here. So how we do morning basket, first and foremost, we always eat breakfast during morning basket. That is just the habit we're in. That is our routine. We start morning basket with breakfast time, essentially, and usually that's because no one's really hungry. Sorry, my computer's turned itself off. No one's really hungry until 9 o'clock. The girls generally get up about 7:30 or 8, and by 9, everyone's usually finished their morning chores and ready to sit and focus on our school day. And how we always start our morning basket time is with World Watch, and I need to plug that in apparently. So we are going to sit down now and start World Watch once the girls come in from their chores. Breakfast this morning, we're having a blueberry baked oats. My oldest daughter made us all smoothies, and then we have yogurt to go on top of the oats. Really yummy. Now, this is how I keep track of what we are doing in our morning basket. If you guys are anything like me, you have a lot in your basket, you know, don't we all? And so sometimes it's hard to remember when I've done what day I'm supposed to be doing what. I'll leave things out, I'll forget things, I'll skip things, the whole 9 yards. So I made this beautiful little printable, and this helps me stay on track of where we're at in our morning basket. So this is what we're doing today. Today is Friday, and today is actually our enrichment day. So our Friday morning basket looks a lot different to every other day of the week, and that is because on a Friday, usually we do not do science or history, and instead we do these enrichment subjects which take the place of science and history on a Friday. So today what we've got going is our bird study. Now I have got all of our bird books out. We're starting a new bird today, which I'm really excited about. The girls had a vote earlier this morning for which bird they wanted to do. So we're gonna be doing that. We'll show you guys how we do that bird study. We're also gonna be doing our artist. We are studying Vermeer, and that artist study is kept back here. That is from Simply Charlotte Mason. So we're gonna be looking at a new painting from Vermeer and then putting it on the wall with his other paintings over there. Poet study. Our poet from Simply Charlotte Mason is William Wordsworth. However, we haven't really been enjoying that very much. So instead what I do is I have just been reading from this book here called Favorite Poems, 101 Classics. Oh, it's by Scholastic, published by Scholastic. And I just read a new poem every day. Well, when we're supposed to be having poetry, which is most days, yeah. So anyways, this morning I'm reading this poem here by Robert Louis Stevenson. So that's what's happening for poetry. And then for habit training. Now for habit training, we are attempting to work on laying down the rails. However, you guys have heard me talk about this in my most recent term 1 update that this has not been going well. And you guys, I am not even getting this out to do this morning in our morning basket time. So this is actually going back in the basket because I'm not even here for it. Instead, what I'm gonna do is our sticky situation, which is our family devotional. So I'm gonna do that in its place. So that is what is going on for morning basket this morning, you guys. I'm gonna get the girls in. Hopefully they're all done with their chores. We are going to start with World Watch. We're gonna get into our bird study. We're gonna do our devotional, do our poetry, and see where we're up to.
And this is World Watch. Hundreds of doctors and medical students marching in Kenya, continuing a nationwide...
Okay, sticky situations. Let's see. Okay, this one's called Doggone It. Doggone Doggone it. Don is in charge of his 2 younger brothers and the family dog, Pierre, while his mom is out running errands for the afternoon. All 3 boys and Pierre are playing ball in the backyard when a friend comes to the gate. Don's younger brother, Bob, opens the gate and Pierre makes a run for it. Oh, we don't have any experience with that, with dogs trying to run away as soon as the gate's open.
Sven
doesn't
that.
do that, does
He does.
Don and his brothers take off in search of Pierre, but the dog is fast. By the time they catch up to him, Pierre is happily digging up the begonias at Mrs. Henderson's garden. Don quickly looks around and realizes Mrs. Henderson isn't home. What should he do?
Do I tell her, or should I leave a note saying, sorry, my dog did it?
Yep, I'm assuming that's probably going to be what happens also. Yeah, I think you might be right. So here we go. What should he do? Okay, so he's noticed no one's home. His dog's digging a hole, but if he just grabs the dog, takes the dog home, how's Miss Henderson going to know?
He can wait until the person gets home.
Right? So let's see. What should he do in this situation? Should he A, try and fix the garden so it looks all right before Miss Henderson gets home? B, go back later when Miss Henderson returns, tell her what happened, and offer to fix the garden and pay for any repairs?
B.
C, quickly get Pierre home and pretend like nothing happened? D, put a disguise on Pierre so that no one will recognize him?
D.
Or E, start a rumor that there are large squirrels running amok in the neighborhood, tearing up people's gardens?
B. E.
You think E, Arabella?
Yeah, I think
They should start a rumor about giant
B.
squirrels? You think B, Atlanta? He should go back later and tell Mrs. Henderson what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and what did you say, Lay?
B.
Probably there's so many
And Atlanta's one.
Really, B. Okay.
E or D.
E or D? Put a disguise on Pierre so no one will recognize him? Great. Okay, let's see. The answer is,
B.
of course,
D. E.
B. He should obviously go back later when he knows Mrs. Henderson is home, tell her what happened, offer to fix it, what have you. So why, Atlanta, why would that be the correct answer here?
Because if she went and dig a hole in his garden and destroyed his whole house, and she just lived there and was like, oh, he did it, and I don't know anything about that, then how would that make him feel if he did that to her garden?
Yeah. Yeah, so you're just, changing the perspective there, right? How would you feel about that if it happened to you?
Mrs. Henderson would come home and she'd be like, ooh, Julio, who dug a hole in my garden? They might figure out, like, oh, a footprint, and they'll leave to the house.
Okay, so so they're detectives and they found some footprints, and so that's going to be even worse, right? If you beat around the bush and you tell all these lies, and then they figure it out anyway because the truth always comes out.
Yeah, because if you said it first, they'd be like, oh, thanks for saying the truth, but then they'd be like, what? You're punished.
So in this case, Don, he hasn't done anything wrong, right? The dog ran away from him. Okay, he opened the gate. The dog. We all know how that happens.
And the old lady, I think it's an old lady. The old lady probably forgive him because he did on an accident.
Yeah. Whereas if he lies about it,
it's just gonna be worse.
It's gonna be worse.
And you're gonna feel something inside you that's like. Like maybe you wake up at the middle of the night and you'd be like, I need to go tell Mrs. Henderson.
Do you think it would be lying if Dawn doesn't tell Mrs. Henderson?
Yeah.
Why or why not?
It would be lying because she's not telling. She's just kind of like, it's a boy. It's a boy. Dawn sounds like a girl.
Yeah, but it would be lying, and he would feel the guilt of that, which we've already discussed, right?
Don't know that whale thing.
Don't know if that whale thing. Oh yeah, the killer whales? Yeah, this is spelled differently though. This is spelled D-O-N, and that was a lady's name, and it was spelled D-A-W-N. Slightly different. Anyways, okay. There is a saying that you can tell a person's true character by how she or he acts when no one is looking. Do you understand that? Whether or not you think someone's looking, who's always watching?
God.
Yeah, correct.
And
God knows, okay? So... the Bible tells us in Proverbs that a liar will not go unpunished. So even if no other person knows what you did, maybe you told this lie, no one else knows, well, God knows, right? And that will not go unpunished. which means that there is still a consequence for that, whether you think there is or not. Okay, it might help to remember that the next time you think no one is looking. Okay, so like if you
pick your nose on camera.
Like for example, you rip wallpaper off of the wall and then you throw it behind the mirror, hide it, and you think no one will know, or yeah. God knows. Okay, and I also know. So, okay, great. And Eli's just eating all the blueberries out of the oat bake.
Oh, it's blueberries.
She's giving you a bowl of blueberries instead.
Blueberries and fruits.
Are you all done? Well, maybe we tidy the table before we move in.
We do the Pledge of Allegiance after we tidy the table.
You want to do the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, we can do. Well, let's quickly tidy up the table then, and then we'll get our bird stuff too. Careful! Woo! Mommy. Okay, yeah. Let's have a quick tidy up.
Blueberries.
You just wanted a bowl of blueberries for breakfast?
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry about that. Okay. The girls have just tidied up the table. I've just finished the last of my food, and okay. Something we've been incorporating a little bit here and there is doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. So you guys know I'm American. All these girls are half American, and doing the Pledge of Allegiance isn't something that we've always done, but it's something that we've been incorporating lately. We read a book. What were we? Oh, I think it was in our
On the computer.
We read about it in the Patriots Almanac. We read something about it a couple of weeks ago, and then they had a lot more questions, so we watched a few videos about it and the whole thing. So they are interested in practicing doing the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, and they've been reminding me. So anyways, we're going to now do that. So
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Okay,
Please be seated.
Okay.
And she has to eat yours.
Very good. That is still a work in progress to all my American friends out there. Okay, let me comment down below. Do you guys do the Pledge of Allegiance in your homeschools or not? Do you think it's something that's important or not? Because I don't know, we're just kind of incorporating it because they're interested. We've done that. So where are we up to? Okay, let's do our poem real quick. Are you read this one? I suppose so. Okay. We're reading Wendy Nights by Robert.
No, I want you to read it because she's going to be like, I don't know if it's
You need to make sure to get all the punctuation correct.
Windy Nights by Robert Louis Stevenson. Whenever the moon and stars are set, whenever the wind is high, all night long in the dark and wet, a man goes riding.
Okay, friends, we are getting stuck in now to our bird study component. So with our bird study, I went through and picked all of the birds we were going to be studying for this whole year. And I have a lot. I've got a lot of cool books and a lot of really cool information about these native New Zealand birds. And I'm going to be sharing more about that on my channel pretty soon. I've got some really exciting stuff coming in regard to a native New Zealand bird study. But the girls and I are kind of ironing out kinks and practicing with that unit study that I'm working on. And so today, guess what bird we're doing?
Kiwi!
Kiwi!
We're Kiwis as well.
The New Zealand Kiwi. So what birds have we done so far? Can you guys remember?
We've done the Fantail, Waka, Fantail, Tui. Fantail. We also did. What did we do? Penguin.
We did the penguin. Yeah, we did the little blue penguin. What? We did another one though. Oh, the Kiwi friend. What do we know about Kiwis?
The story.
Story.
The story with the Kiwi. He sacrificed himself to go down, and he lost his wings.
How the Kiwi lost his wings. Yes. So I'm gonna open up my unit study that I've been working on.
Oh, when we can do it.
This. Because I finished writing about my Kiwi.
Oh, that little thing.
So I'm actually going to read to you guys what I have written so far about the Kiwi here.
So you knew a lot about them?
I did. I did a lot of research.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned?
The most interesting thing I've learned about the kiwi. Well, I've got some fact files here. The most interesting thing, they can live up to 50 years.
What?
That's a long time.
I thought they didn't live that long.
Nope, they can live between 25 and 50 years. There are 5 different species of kiwi in New Zealand.
A brown kiwi.
There is the North Island brown kiwi, the great spotted kiwi, the little spotted kiwi, the rowi, and the tokoika. Okay, and that is the 5 of them. So here we go. I'm going to read you guys what I've got here, and then we'll go over some of our books. And while I am reading, oh wow, good job! I was just going to say that they're coloring their kiwis. And she's finished. That was fast. Good job, my love. We need to print you out some other stuff. Hi.
Can you print me out kiwi fruit?
No. Okay. The New Zealand kiwi, also known as the kiwi bird, is an incredibly unique and fascinating creature that holds a special place in the hearts of New Zealanders. What are New Zealanders also called?
Kiwis!
Yeah. Let's take a closer look at what makes this bird so special. Have you ever seen the infamous kiwi bird before? Many of its characteristics resemble those of a mammal rather than a bird. The kiwi, does it have wings?
No, it does, but it can't fly
The kiwi has 2 small wings, but it cannot fly. Its loose feathers give it the appearance of fur. When you look at it, it looks furry. Oh, cute. Well done.
It looks like the icon of trade me. Is the kiwi like? Do they put their wings out for like when like someone's trying to like get them? Do they put their wings out?
No, their wings aren't very big. That was the kakapo we talked about the other day, and they do have really big wings.
And they pick the guy.
But they can, yeah, that was funny. Yes, what were you gonna say? Oh, they're burrow. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Yes, they're burrows.
They're like bunny rabbits.
Yeah.
Burrows.
Okay, so they do have feathers, but when you look at a kiwi, they look furry.
Yeah.
Hey, like almost like Sven.
Keeps
You know, they
them
look
warm.
like fluffy and furry.
Tim
Well,
looks
it does,
furry.
yeah. But it's interesting because they're actually feathers. They just look like fur. And get this. Guess what else they have that's weird that most birds don't have? They have whiskers on their face, just like a cat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Or a dog.
Yeah, cats and dogs. And the reason they have those whiskers on their face is so that they can see better at night. They can sense where they're at a little bit more effectively.
They used to not have
in the
those
dark.
when they used to fly.
Yeah, probably not.
I can't imagine a kiwi flying.
But dogs don't have whiskers.
About how big that is.
It's so cute.
And do you think
Still his finger.
do you think females or males are bigger?
Females. I mean males.
Females. I think females, because female spiders are bigger than the male spiders.
Females are up to 30% larger
Did you say 45?
than males. 45 centimeters. Yeah. Oh yes, possum. Oh,
That is not very big.
well, hold it up. Put it on the table. 45 centimeters. That's a what? That's not very big?
Yeah, that's not very big.
A bird? A big fat bird that's that tall?
That is not big.
I don't know.
It's like that.
I'd be pretty scared if I saw one of them running toward me.
And it's like half
I'd
the
be
table.
honest.
That is not
Okay,
big.
so females are much bigger than the males. Why do you think that might be?
Because
they have to have the egg.
Because
Yeah.
the whole female body has the whole egg fills up the food.
Yeah, it does. We're gonna talk about that.
So
You
it's
guys
like
obviously
a
already
bit
know a lot about kiwis.
orange,
And there's here's a little image. Yeah, of the female with the egg inside of her, and it takes up almost her entire body. Yeah, so she needs to be pretty big because kiwi eggs are massive
Like that.
compared to other bird eggs. Yeah, for the size of the kiwi, given that it's only 45 centimeters tall, the egg is enormous.
How long?
Yes, I see. Yeah, you gotta keep your dog. Yeah. Okay, what do they eat? Any ideas? So because they can't fly, they build burrows, which we already know about. They have really powerful legs and strong claws in order to dig.
Do they live south and north?
Yes. There's a little map in one of these books here. Oh,
Do
here
you
you
think-
go. Where you can find kiwi.
Do you think there used to be kiwis floating around all over here?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so they have really, really strong legs and claws in order to dig, okay? And guess who digs the burrow?
The
female.
The female.
Good guesses. There's only 2 options.
Female.
The male. The male
I said
kiwi
man,
does
like
all
kiwi.
the digging, and then once he digs the burrow, then the couple will work together to fill it with all of their moss and stuff. And in one of these books, there's a really cool picture of them inside of their burrow that Alea was looking at before. So you can kind of get an up-close look at that. And then they're really clever. They'll camouflage the opening of their burrow with sticks and leaves and stuff.
Like bunny rabbits, I just fill the hole back up.
Yeah, well,
But it would be better if we ate kiwi eggs. Well, if there was heaps of kiwis, then it would be better because then we could have big eggs too.
oh, how gross would that be? That we had like kiwi farms, and can you imagine going to the supermarket and getting like a dozen kiwi eggs, and it's like a huge tray?
No, but then
Weirdest.
that's what we do with chicken eggs. Like that's
Oh, chickens are different.
But they'll know what to feel. So cute.
Oh, look at its little beak.
And it's away from its mummy.
So it's a really exhaustive process. It can actually take up to 3 whole days for a kiwi to be able to fully come
Well,
out
can
of its
someone just
shell.
rip the egg off here?
Well, it's kind of like pulling a baby out of its mummy's tummy. It needs to have it by itself. Oh yeah, they must draw to make sure it's growing properly. See, they're pointing the light. They must be doing that to make sure it's growing correctly, do you think? Oh, look at it! They can't really attack them anymore once they're fully grown. But the baby chick, kiwi chicks are a lot more vulnerable
And it's
to
so
being
tiny.
eaten by things. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and because the mom and dad don't watch them, as soon as they're 10 days old and that yolk sac is gone, then they go off and they hunt on their own. So that's pretty interesting. So conservation of kiwi is really important in New Zealand, right? And that's why they have programs like that. Okay, mythology. Maori mythology. So how did the kiwi lose its wings?
Cause like Maui or something,
Wow.
he said the sacrifice, so he came down and he
Tane Mahuta.
Tane Mahuta.
Yeah.
Tane Matua.
This book's quite long. Should
Tane
I?
Mahuta, not Maui.
You can take a look through these pictures perhaps while Mommy is reading just from the thing I've got here. So the tale of the kiwi bird. According to Maori folklore, the kiwi bird was bestowed with blessings by Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest. Originally, the kiwi had vibrant wings and lots of different colors, similar to the tui or the pukeko. As the forest faced lots of threats, Tane Mahoka, brother of Tane Mahuta. Guys, we have finished up with our bird study, and as you guys saw, that's typically how it usually goes. The girls do some coloring. Sometimes we'll do a little art project afterward and stuff like that. They're all a little bit tired of talking about the kiwi now. So we're gonna move on, and we're going to do what's next on our list, which is our artist study. Our artist for this term is Vermeer, and Atlanta's going to pick out one of his paintings for us to study today. We got 4 left. You do that one? Mm-hmm. This one. Cool. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, you guys.
Okay, you guys. Atlanta wanted me to say that. We are starting this artist study. Now, how we do artist study, this is from Simply Charlotte Mason, Picture Study Portfolios. And how we do this is we pick out the painting we want to study for that day, and then I stand it up, and I'm going to set a 1-minute timer, and we're going to sit here in silence and observe this picture for a whole 1 minute, and then we're gonna go around and ask everybody their thoughts on it. Okay, could you please tell me what you thought about this painting, or is there anything that you noticed or would like to talk about?
That's jewelry like in
There's jewelry, yeah?
Jewelry in a treasure box.
Hmm.
And then the blue thing is a jersey.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they had
Could be.
jerseys. And then that picture behind might be a map.
It looks really intricate, that picture behind her, doesn't it? Yeah, should we take a closer look?
And also like on that one, the lady who's bending down looks like her.
The milkmaid.
Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking that too. It almost looks like the same room, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
And also like the house one. It also kind of looks like her.
Oh, that woman. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, and the same colors. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Almost like the color of your shirt today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. And what medium do you think was used to paint this?
The same blue and yellow colors every time he uses
Oh,
all
yeah.
the pictures.
Yeah, because he had that expensive paint, didn't he, that he wanted to use up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you have anything else you want to add?
And she also was like closing her eyes, and she might when she's closed her hands, she might have jewelry in her hands.
Oh, yeah.
It's like jewelry.
Okay.
And like all those things are on the wall.
Yeah. Okay.
My turn.
Cool.
It's like staples, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Atlanta, what are your thoughts on this?
I think she looks like a rich woman.
Like a rich woman.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh, look at all my jewelry. What am I gonna wear today?
Think?
Yeah. Or she's either like a maid, like sorting out the jewelry,
Sorting out. Okay.
and she's holding like a weigher.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that too, like a scale.
Yeah.
Yep. I noticed that.
Yeah, and that the picture looks really interesting. It looks sort of like people like falling down.
Yeah.
Where's she holding a weigher?
In her hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she's weighing the jewelry.
Yeah, maybe. And that looks like a blanket, or like a cloak or something, like that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or like a curtain, like in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the detailed too.
It definitely is very detailed. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I just noticed too the floor
Oh, it's
in the
the same
background
color.
there. Yeah, the same checkered floor, like in what was that painting called we did last time? What was that one? Oh, the art of painting. Yeah, that same checkered floor.
Simply Charlotte Mason. I was looking. That's what the painting's called.
All right. Any other comments before we pass to Arabella?
She's very white,
She's very white.
and she has like a big tummy, sort of.
Oh yeah. I wonder if she's pregnant. Huh. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
I think
she's like
that's
really-
where all of the rooms
Yeah,
are.
and I also
Arabella.
saw there was another picture. It was like a whole town. This house is in the town, and I think this, like there's each like different sort of like almost like an apartment sort of thing.
Okay.
And that's how I think this is not the same room as this. I think that's one apartment room.
Okay.
The next one is that one.
Right.
And also, the chicken floor, yeah. And then at first, before Atlanta pointed out that she was holding that, I thought maybe she was sewing something. Yeah, because I could see something on her hand, but I couldn't see that for some reason.
I just noticed she had a.
I think this is jewelry, and I think this is like some sort of fabric. There's a tiny bit of light, just a tiny bit of light shining in. You can see the picture back here. I think like there's like people in the background, like the people on the floor, and then just what from my scene, maybe this is like a depiction of God at
yeah.
the top. Yeah.
It looks very
Maybe like an angel or something, because that's like the light part of it.
yeah.
Like the light's even like shining
right
on there.
on right.
It
Yeah.
looks very almost Leonardo da Vinci style, that painting in the background, do you think?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's an actual
What's
painting.
together?
I don't know if that's an actual painting behind her or not.
Then like all of his paintings, they're very like a real room. Like they just went say cheese.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's all. And she's like a disky table sort of thing.
Yeah. And what medium do we think was used here?
Oil paint and canvas.
Yeah. Cool.
And she's also pregnant.
Yeah, she actually, after you said that, Atlanta, yeah, she does look pregnant.
Yeah, she's got like the big tummy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see what Simply Charlotte Mason has to say about this. This painting is called A Woman Holding a Balance. So that is the main thing here. And if I had told you that before you looked at it, then you would have noticed the balance straight away, eh? Okay, in this genre of painting, we see a woman standing at a table with a set of scales, a balance in her hand. The contents of her jewelry box are spilling out onto the table. We assume that she is weighing her valuables.
Yeah.
And actually what I noticed is that there's a whole lot of pearls.
Yeah.
So she could even be weighing each pearl and seeing, you know, how much.
Yeah.
each of them are
There's
worth.
gold pearls than that pearl. And like the gold's probably gonna be heavier.
Well, yeah. Well, a gold pearl? I don't know. Unless it was shaped like that. Oh, you made a purse.
My stuff came out
Okay, hang on, let me finish reading this. Okay, instead of a map hanging on the wall, as we have come to expect in Vermeer's pieces, there is a painting. The subject of the painting is the Last Judgment, where Christ has returned and is judging the souls of men, bound either for heaven or hell. What do you think Vermeer would have placed, or why do you think Vermeer would have placed this painting behind the woman in this picture?
Because she was wishing her good luck for her baby.
Oh, well, potentially. But also, actually, now that makes... She's weighing her jewelry, right? To see what's most valuable. So potentially...
It's got Jesus is the most valuable.
Well, yes, but it's almost too... It's like Jesus is weighing up people's sins versus their goodness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because those boys
He's
getting like
come
punished.
for judgment.
And
yeah.
she has like all those jewelries and stuff.
Yeah, so, okay, that's really interesting.
So quiet.
It is quiet, and like all Vermeers, it shows a scene of everyday life, but Vermeer imbues these scenes with greater meaning.
And art historians have been arguing for years about what those meanings are. So let's just describe what it is that we see.
Well, we see a woman dressed up in very fine clothing.
So we know that she's part of
Elsa's
the upper
voice.
merchant class in Holland in the 17th century.
The class that was increasingly buying art, the scale and subject of which is very much like the painting we're looking at.
She's wearing...
You can't be.
Oh, and you've got your purse.
I'm gonna pretend to play plane.
Oh, okay, sounds like fun. Okay, you guys, we have finished up our morning basket time now. I'm going to get some blue tack and hang this beautiful painting up with all of our others. The girls are all a little bit tired, so it wasn't the most in-depth conversation this morning, but that's okay. And that has concluded our morning basket times. I am going to go clean the kitchen up now and get ready for our independent work. Because it's Friday, we don't have math or language arts today, but my girls do have their enrichment independent work. My oldest daughter is doing US government, my middle daughter is doing growing up with God, and my youngest, what does she do on Fridays? I can't remember. Oh, story writing. Yeah, she will go do story writing. So that is what we are going to do now. I'm going to clean all of this up and then the kitchen, and that is morning basket time done. You guys, and that is it. That is an in-depth look at how our Friday enrichment morning basket usually goes. The girls are moving outside now to play a little game before we move into their independent work. Friday is a much lighter day for us, so we're kind of just cruising now until I get the girls in to do their independent work. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to share with you guys today. If you have any further questions about any of the books or the curriculum that we covered today in our morning basket, please feel free to leave your comments or questions down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in next week's video.